YouTube family, we hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Today Leon and I are going to talk about cornmeal, grinding up your own homemade cornmeal. Okay, you can grind up your own homemade cornmeal using any popcorn kernel. So you can buy the Amish popcorn kernel, you can buy the old cheap, I have some old cheap popcorn in here, and some of the white kernel corn in here. I've been storing this up for a very long time. The popcorn kernels, if stored properly, have an indefinite shelf life. So you can use any type of popcorn kernel. You can buy the frozen popcorn in the store, in the bag. You can buy the corn on the cobs in the vegetable department. All that you have to do is make sure that you dehydrate the kernels to complete dryness before you grind it up. If you have your own fields and you grow your own popcorn, you can also dry out your popcorn that way and grind it up. You can take your corn in the can and dehydrate the corn in the can to complete dryness, and you can also use that as well to grind your own cornmeal. The kernel that you use is going to make a difference in the coarseness of it depending on how you grind it, and also the color of your meal. So what you will need to grind it is, you could use a food processor, they say, a coffee grinder, a hand cranked mill. Some say you can use a blender. You can also do the old method if you had to and use a mortar and pestle. Okay? And if you don't know what that is, I have a, hold on. This is a wooden one right here. I wouldn't use it to grind corn, but I have a large marble one with a bigger one of these. You know, that's an emergency situation. Now, if you can't buy cornmeal in your area one day, you know, say they're short, can no longer purchase it, you didn't have any stored up, well then, grinding your own cornmeal can be very important, because a lot of things that you make out of cornmeal is like your cornbread. I wrote down a few things. You can make corn muffins. You can use your cornmeal to sprinkle over for powder. The powder dust on a pizza dough. You can make homemade corn dogs. You can also make grits. But we're not going to talk about the grits because that's a whole another process. Alright, so let me show you the products that I do have.
You can also go to your local co-op and they got it's called a triple wash corn. It comes in 50-pound bags. And it's like $9 for 50 pounds. You could use that corn as well. This mostly is used for livestock animals, but corn is corn. Mm-hmm. If it come down to it, you need a cornmeal, you could purchase that as well.
Right. So we are going to buy, well, we already buy for our horses and things like that, or for the deer in the back.
The deer, we feed our deer the triple wash corn as well, but it's not really just for livestock, it's in general.
Right. So in an emergency situation, and if you needed some corn, you could buy that corn that you buy at the tractor supply place in those big 50-pound bags. You can use that. It's called the triple wash, which means it's been washed 3 times.
Tractor supply carries regular corn that hasn't been washed, but you could use that as well. But the triple wash corn is at your local co-op.
Okay, at the local co-op. Yeah. All right. Okay guys, so you all know that Leon bought me a KitchenAid for Christmas. So I decided to go with this grinder right here, and I'm going to take it out of the box and show you. Leon is going to show you how to hook it to the KitchenAid. I chose the Amish popcorn because if I'm going to store popcorn kernels for long-term storage use, I want to make sure that it's grown right, you know, taken off the kernel right. I just wanted to make sure that I had a good product that I was going to store for a long time. I wanted to make sure that I had a good product, and I know the Amish people, they do good products, okay? So this is from Amish country. There's the screenshot right there. It comes in 6-pound bags. So I bought 24 pounds of it. It is packaged like this, 2 6-pound bags in a box like this, and I believe it was free shipping. Here is the KitchenAid. What did you say, love?
I said it's well built.
It's well built. Let me turn the bar light off. So Leon is taking it out of the box, you guys.
Or if you take the end off the KitchenAid, that little plug just comes off. You insert this into there, like so. Got a dial. Okay, y'all, using your grind meal, you have a selector knob right here. And this here is to get the consistency, fineness of your meal that you want. It tells you to do not exceed 10 cups on your mixer at one time. After 10 cups, you need to shut it off and let it cool down a while before, because it will cause damage to your mixer. Really don't have anything. So we're going to take this fresh corn, pour it over in our grinder. It actually probably holds 2 cups at a time. You need to turn your mixer to 10 once you get your, you could put 2 cups in here, but turn your mixer on 10 when you get ready to make your meal.
This is the ending product. Leon's going to sift it. You really don't have to do this with this machine because it has a setting to where it does it really fine. But if you get something, if you do a manual grinder or something like that, you will have to go through this process. But we're going to go ahead and go through it just to make sure. Feels just like cornmeal, y'all. Leon's doing it in this bigger bowl because I got him too little of a bowl, so he's continuing it. And here's the bigger ones, you know, which I think it'd still work, but go ahead. What we did was Leon started on one setting, and then we realized that you can go as fine of a grain as you want. Okay, so that's why we have big pieces, which you could, they're not too big to make cornbread, I do not believe. But he's just going to go ahead and sift it and grind it on that more fine grinder. This is our first time doing it, so we're learning too. Leon's just running it back through. Okay, so he started off with a little bit more than a cup of the kernels, and this is how much it produced. So we're going to put it back in here and see what it looks like. So I'm getting prepared to make cornbread, you guys. Wow.
So that's the cup. So you're looking at a cup, almost 2 cup, about a cup and 3/4 ground up for 1 cup.
So we still a cup of kernels made over a cup, and he said about 1/4. We have a bigger measuring cup in here. Homemade cornmeal, you can put it in a jar, all right? Just like I showed y'all how to do the store-bought cornmeal with the paper towel. And then I put an oxygen absorber in mine. Some people say you're not supposed to, but we stored up a lot of store-bought cornmeal with a 50 cc oxygen absorber. Let me get this is what we stored up. Plenty of these, the store-bought with the 50 cc. There's no explosion. There's no nothing, okay? So you have to do that at your own risk. So I'll put 3 tablespoons of butter in my cast iron. He's going to put it in the oven. Okay, so let's make some cornbread. You're going to need 2 cups of cornmeal. We got almost 2 cups. 1 cup in here, and then this is what we grinded up. So let me put you down. All right, so you're going to need.
Just do it. What was it called for?
You're going to need some buttermilk or regular milk. I'm going to make some buttermilk out of the Hoosier buttermilk. Milk made. And Leon is cutting up jalapeno peppers because he wants jalapenos in his. Okay, so I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of baking soda in my cornmeal. Let me bring y'all down. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of baking powder. 2 eggs. Let me grab another egg. Here's my second egg. You can use, I'm going to use a 1/4 cup of lard, but you can use bacon grease or anything like that. Any kind of flavored grease you can use. Okay. And you're going to mix all that together. Okay, so I'm going to mix this together before I add my... Let's let Leon... See that? It's rolling. Alright, so I'm going to add Leon's jalapeno peppers. Okay, so I'm going to add it into our skillet. Push it down in there. I'm going to put it in the oven that I have preheated, 425. And I'm going to leave it in there for 20 to 25 minutes. Alright, there it goes. Okay, on 425. It is almost ready to come out, you guys. And you can make this cornbread with adding a cup of flour and a cup of the cornmeal that you grinded up. But I decided to try it without adding anything except for the baking soda and the baking powder, which is our rising agent. It is almost done. We're going to take it out and we're going to cut it and show you and taste it. Okay, Leon is taking it out, you guys.
Smells good. good old crispy cornbread.
Look at the jalapenos. Yummy. You can hear it sizzling. Okay, so we're going to cut it and try to get ourselves in here. Oh, wow. Man, that looks good. Okay, so Leon's going to put some butter on it. I'll show you how thick it is. Right here. Alright. Here, babe. He's going to do the first taste.
Good old.
What's it taste like?
Mm-hmm. Tastes like cornbread.
Yeah. This tastes like, it's got jalapenos in it. It tastes like real corn, like real cornbread. It has an intense flavor, like a intense corn flavor. I cannot even explain it. Like you at Grandma's house. And she went in the field and grabbed some corn and let it dry it out. This is amazing because I didn't even know, I was thinking that maybe I had to add a cup of flour with the cornmeal, but you don't. This is cornbread. Real cornbread. Literally cornbread.
Yep.
I love it.
Oh, too.
Tell us what is different than that in the store-bought. Like, hold on. I always make homemade cornbread with the cornmeal at the store, okay? So Leon, what is the difference between the ground up corn and the cornmeal that I buy in the store? According to your taste in this.
To me, this fresher ground up is more crispier. It's got a good texture.
It's very crispy. This is the corners of it.
And it tastes like this fresh cornmeal. Cornbread.
It's good. Yeah, it's delicious.
I love it.
So, well, we hope y'all enjoyed this video. And if you have any questions about the products, with the things that's going on in the world with the grain and all, I just really feel it's important for us to stock up on our
cornmeal and corn.
On our corn.
Yep.
And things like that. Anything that can be grinded up.
Well, any grain that you like, you know, it's advised to get it while you can.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're still at this war, or Ukraine is, but that war affects all of us, not just Ukraine. Most of our fertilizers come from Russia for the farmers to use to plant their gardens. So you know that's going to go up. Everything's going to go up.
The prices.
The prices.
Absolutely.
So just keep it in mind. If you got favorite grains you like, I would go purchase it, put it up, put it back, and use it for your meal.
Because this corn like this has an indefinite shelf life. Leon bought an extra 5-gallon bucket. We're going to store these kernels in, and we're just going to put them in the back of our closet. We're going to continue to buy cornmeal out of the store until it gets too expensive. If it gets too expensive, or if they have a shortage, we're definitely going to have some corn kernels stored up.
To fall back on.
That's right. Well, we love you guys, and we thank you so much for watching our video. And until next time, we'll see you on the next video.
God bless. Have a good day.
Bye-bye, guys.